We all owe our lives. From what I've heard, the battle was hanging in the balance until you just... Easterus and I used to be adventurers, but we've retired here. Bruma is far from civilization, but we're ready for a little peace and quiet. I confess I didn't think we had a chance against the Daedra, but Martin proved... Goodbye.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Draelus will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information. You hear about Jorunda? He was caught stealing gold, and now he's in jail. I bet Arnora and Jorunda were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear that he took all of their money and stashed it after he was going to skip town on Arnora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no... Please, go on. See, for me. Thanks. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Draelus, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Excuse me.
Perhaps you can help me. I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Raynor character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. Someone needs to get Skiorta under control. You'd think Olfand would be the one to do it. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. We'll see. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Sorry, I have a lot of work to do.
So, any new revelations in your, investigation? I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynor has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynor is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting to help Erline by checking up on Raynor. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Raynor is what he says he is, so I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. I'm only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Erline is so distraught. Keep up the, good work, I suppose.
Hello. Do you have any more questions? I know I sound desperate, but I know
So, any new...
I'm
Keep
right.
up the, good work, I suppose. Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on... Here's the procedure.
Hello there.
Well met.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? You were fortunate to have known him. You hear about Gerunda? He was caught stealing gold and now he's in jail. Be seeing you. I've heard that Nord warriors have traveled from Skyrim with orc mercenaries. Well met. Did you really face down Mehrunes Dagon himself? They say he stood 200 feet high and crushed the temple dome with his fist. Plenty of mineral deposits in the Jarrow Mountains. I'm out for weeks at a time by myself, but I don't mind it. To think that Bruma was where Martin Septim chose to reveal himself as the true heir to the throne for the first time. Good day.
We're looking for recruits. Think you're tough enough to join the fighters? Yeah, you think Bruma's cold? Try a winter in the Rothgarian. Apparently, Rightwind teaches his blade skills to other fighters. Farewell.
What can I do for you today? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. The Countess is Heartland Nibenian, and so are most guildsmen and chapelmen. But most others are as Nordish as you'll find. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. All right. That'll get you something. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either. What can I do for you today? He isn't in right now, so you should be clear to check it out. Just... What can I interest you in? You've made a good bit of gold. That's more than I'd usually... You've made a good bit of gold. A fine trend... You drive up. That's a good deal. A fine trip, a good price for a good customer. That's a fair deal. You got a great deal there. That seems a... You drive an excellent bargain. A fine trip. That's a good deal. You've made a good... That's a fine... You got a That's a good deal. An excellent bargain. A fine trip. That seems a fair price. You've made a good bit of gold. That's a fair deal. You drive a hard bargain. You've made a good bit of gold. An excellent bargain. That's a good price. You got a great deal. That's a good. An excellent bargain. A good price for a good customer. That seems a good price for a good customer. An excellent bargain. You've made a good bit of gold. That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal. That's a fair... That's a fair deal. A fine transaction. That seems a fair price. That's a good deal. That's a fair deal. That's more than I'd usually pay. You got a great deal. That's more than I'd usually pay. That's a good deal. An excellent bargain. A fine transaction. a good price for a... You've... An excellent bargain. You got a great deal. You've made a fine... That seems a... That's a good... That's more than I... You drive up... You got a great deal there. A fine trans... A fine... You got a great deal there. That's more than I... You drive... A fine... That's a good... That's That's more than I'd use. You've... That's a fair deal. That seems a a good price. That's a good deal. You got a fine... You drive an excellent... You've made a... That seems a fine... You drive a good price for a good customer. That's a good deal. An excellent bargain. That's more... That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal. That's a good deal. That's a fair... That seems a fair price. An excellent bargain. You've made a good bit of gold. That's a... An excellent bargain. A good price for a good customer. That's a fair... That's more than I'd usually pay. You drive a... That's more than I'd... An excellent bargain. You drive a... You drive a... You've made a good bit of gold. I appreciate your business. Just look for me if you need anything else. Hello! What can I do for you today? And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Gelliborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Reynald told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Reynil and his so-called accomplishment. Just look for me if you need anything else. Hi there.
I'm here to relieve you. What is it?
It's about time.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, you're back. So, any new revelations in your, investigation? How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelliborn was killed by Reynil not too long ago. Gelliborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelliborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Reynil have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Reynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Do you have any more questions? Yes. I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created with Reynil. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you. Whatever. Anything else I can help with, you just let me know. Just look for me if you need anything else. Whatever I can do.
Hello.
Good news from Kvatch for a change.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Reynil was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Reynil doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Reynil will answer for Braden's death. Reynil will pay for both crimes. Gelliborn was likely another innocent he's slain. I'll make sure Skingrad's City Watch hears of this. I can't wait to get my hands on Reynil. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully. Please hurry.
The le-
Raynor
That's
may make a
great.
break for the
Be
open
seeing
road
you.
at any moment.
Hi there.
I take it you want some...
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low here for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom. Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck.
I was praying for your swift What news do you bring? I knew I recognized Raynal. I think when I first met Braden many, many years ago, he introduced me to him. They were part of some sort of brotherhood. They would roam Cyrodiil in search of legendary treasures and the like. The only reason he stopped doing that is because we got married and he wanted to settle down. I'm afraid thanks to Raynal, that time is lost. Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand. Justice has been done.
Hi!
What do you want? Can't you see that I'm upset? I can't help myself. I'm just a sucker for well-heeled men. That Ola, for example, at the Tap and Tack. He's dreamy. And successful, too. I suppose I can trust you with this information. After all, if you can help me recover my stolen gold, you may find yourself earning some of it. I know what you've heard, all about Jorunda and his run-in with the town guard. Well, let's just say it isn't exactly all true. I may have let a detail or two leak out to entice someone such as you to assist me. Until you agree to my scheme, I don't want to say more. All I can promise is that you'll be making a lot of money. Are you in or are you out? Smart answer. Here's the deal. Jorunda and I have had a rocky relationship at best. Against my will, I've been dragged all over Cyrodiil helping him commit petty crimes. I wouldn't say we're thieves. I mean, we've stolen things, sure. But we've never stolen that much at one time. Just enough to keep us going. That is until last year. Jorunda started to take risks and began robbing more dangerous targets. Not just lone merchants, mind you. I'm talking about the bigger scores, like estates and tax shipments. I begged him to stop, as I knew that his capers would one day lead to violence. He just threatened to hurt me if I got in his way. I think the gold changed him, I really do. He wasn't the man I met 7 years ago. The few times I tried to say something, he'd strike me or push me away. I began to become frightened of him. Our last score was a tax shipment being delivered to the Imperial City. We robbed it, and in the midst of the chaos, Jorunda killed a guard. I was mortified. We snatched up the gold and holed up in the mountains. He said if I breathed a word of the murder to anyone, he'd kill me. I was terrified of him at this point. 2 days later, the Bruma City Guard traced us to our makeshift campsite. I was off gathering food, but Jorunda was captured. Served him right. When I went back to the site later, the gold was gone. He'd moved it. What I need you to do is go to the Bruma Castle dungeons and speak to him for me. Convince him to tell you where the gold is, and then we split it. He's not likely to just come out and tell you, so get creative.
How are you?
Hello there.
Look at the muscles on you. It's you. Hi. Look at the muscles on you.
Hi there. Salute. Welcome. Please say your piece. I am honored to speak to the hero of the Battle of Bruma. What can I do for you? She holds public audience in the Great Hall on weekday. Take care.
Hi there. Sir? As Captain Bird says, we have to stay on the good side of the local Nords. It ain't their fault they're ignorant barbarians. Take care. I'm your relief.
Evening. What can I do for you, sir? What a bother. Don't be too long about it. I got to stay with you, so there isn't any funny business. Prisoners may not accept gifts. No touching the locks. No touching the locks.
I don't know who you are, nor do I care. All I know is that I want you to leave. I'm not talking to you about anything. You're an outsider. I bet you're trying to trick me into telling something and the guards put you up to it. That fetcher of a guard, Terelius, is always trying to be sneaky. Well, you can forget it. Tell him it isn't going to work.
I haven't got all day.
I don't know who you are, nor do I... This better be good. Every little bit helps. I'm not talking to you about anything. You're on out that fetcher...
What can I do for you? I understand that Bumf Gragash trains other Fighter Guild members on the proper... Take care. Prisoners may not accept gifts. Don't get too close to the prisoners. I haven't got all day. Stop! You violated the law. Serve your time peaceably and pay your debt to society.
By the way the guards tossed you in here, I can see you're no friend of theirs. I suppose I can trust you. In fact, maybe you can help me with a bit of a problem, and make some money for yourself in the process. I'm in here for the long haul. They got me for murder, even though I didn't do it. And once the Count makes a ruling, there's no way it's changing. I owe all of this to that heartless, treacherous witch, Arnora. You want to know what happened? I'll tell you. I was betrayed, stabbed in the back. I'm in here and Arnora's out there, living in my house. We were doing petty crimes all over Cyrodiil. Small scores, 10 gold here, 25 there. Nothing big enough to have them investigate you. Then along comes Arnora with a plan to waylay a tax shipment headed for the Imperial City. We're talking serious gold, complete with armed escorts. I told her she was crazy, but she insisted. Women have a way of getting men to do what they want. So we did it. We ambushed the shipment. In the process, Arnora killed a guard. I told her to be careful and just knock them out, but she didn't listen. We then buried the gold in the woods. Then she disappears to get supplies. Suddenly, the campsite gets raided by the Bruma City Guard. There's no way they could have found us. Oh, there's no doubt she tipped them off. But I was one step ahead. I had moved the loot while she was away. My final revenge. Or was it? I'll tell you. I want Arnora dead. That's right, I said dead. She took my life away, and now I want hers taken as well. You do this for me, and you get the gold. All of it. All I need is proof is that damn amulet she always wears. Show that to me, and the money's yours. You want the gold? You bring me Arnora's amulet after she's dead. Go ahead. Finally, a chance for revenge.
Good evening.
I'm no relief.
Another day, another septum. Well met.
Evening. How goes it?
Welcome back to the world, convict. So, were you able to find out about the gold or not? How could you stand sharing a cell with that imbecile? So he told you another one of his tall tales. I hope you didn't believe him. What's he got in store for me? He sent you to kill me, is that it? What if there was another way? What if he thought I was dead, but I wasn't? Then he'd tell you the location of the gold. What did he need as proof? That fetcher. He knows this is the only heirloom I have left from my family. Only he would stoop so low. Look, I know you could just kill me where I stand. But what if I gave you the amulet and you bring it to him? Then he'd say where the gold's stashed. You kill me here and now. And as far as the town guard is concerned, it's a crime. So you make your choice. You want to do it my way or Jorunda's? I knew you'd make the smarter decision. Good. Here's the key to the chest by my bed. Inside you'll find the amulet Jorunda wants. Take my amulet to him. Get the gold and bring half of it back here to me. If you don't come back, I'll let the guards in on our plan. You'll be hunted all over Cyrodiil. You don't want that, do you? I don't think so. Good luck. I'm not surprised at all that he tried to have me killed. That's his way. Always the traitor and the coward. My guess is he buried it somewhere close to town, or even in town itself. Believe me, I've looked. No luck so far. Take your time. For me? Thanks. I warn you, don't cross me. If you try and cross me, I'll tell the I warn you, don't cross me.
Hello.
Good evening. What's going on with you?
I saw a mud crab a couple of days ago. Ugly little animals.
I avoid those things whenever I can. Horrible creatures.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Don't get too close to the prisoners.
No touching the locks.
I haven't got all day.
What can I do for you? Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no Emperor... What a bother. Don't be too long about... Prisoners may not accept gifts. Don't get too close to the prisoners.
Show me the proof. So, she's dead, eh? Finally. Finally, someone has wiped that stupid, smug grin off her face. Good, good. Well, you did your part of the bargain, now I'll do mine. The gold is buried outside the walls of Bruma, near the North Gate. Goodbye. I don't expect to be seeing you anytime soon. If I were you, I'd get out of Bruma fast before the guards catch on that she's dead. Sorry, I'm too busy counting the number of rat droppings in my cell.
Prisoners may not accept gifts.
Salute. Welcome. Please say
How are
your
you?
piece.
Oh, have you heard? Old Bainland is dead. They say he was murdered right in his own home.
Really? Hafid Hollowleg says that Gerald View has been doing good business.
Hafid has a nice inn. I wonder if he doesn't drink away most of his profits, though.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Bye.
Greetings.
Yes, good to see
Isn't
you.
Right Wind an impressive swordsman?
He seems gifted with a blade. Can't blame the Fighters Guild for having him train others.
Uh-huh. What's the
I'm no
news from
relief.
the other parts of Tamriel?
I'm hungry. Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Really?
Poor Arnora. Seems her boyfriend, Jorunder, has stolen some gold from her and left her
Go ahead.
penniless.
Head on.
I'm here for Jorunder's gold, and you're my only loose end. I've been hoping to get someone in his cell and loosen his lips, and then you showed up. You really should be more careful when you talk in the dungeons. The sound tends to carry. Jorunder's such an idiot. I've taken care of Anora. She won't be around to point the finger, and Jorunder's not going anywhere for a long time. That just leaves you.
How do you do?
Hi.
Ah!